The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Thomas's return will create big changes in town, as he faces many conspiracies that are secretly taking place around his loved ones. His appearance after a long absence makes other characters have to consider and be vigilant because of the conflicts and dangers he is about to face, related to Hope, Steffi, and even Sheila, who has always been a hidden threat in Steffi's life. When Thomas returns, he finds that Hope and Steffi have become ruthless rivals. The two women have had conflicts in the past, and now that war has escalated to the point that Thomas begins to worry that Hope may harm Steffi. It is worth mentioning that while he was away, Hope had changes in personality and actions that made him wonder if she was still the woman he knew. No one could have predicted that Hope would team up with Sheila, who has hurt the Forrester family and other members of the family many times. Hope and Sheila have one thing in common. Both see Steffi as an obstacle, and while Hope is increasingly susceptible to influence, Sheila takes advantage of this to easily manipulate her. Sheila is able to exploit Hope's mental instability, and it is not difficult for these two women to join forces with the common goal of eliminating Steffi from the game. Their plan is not only to defeat Steffi at work, but also to deeply hurt her personally. Sheila has always had the goal of hurting Steffi, and she sees Hope as an easy, controllable ally, while Hope is obsessed with her rivalry with Steffi. However, recent revelations also indicate that Steffi will find herself pregnant. This should be a joyous occasion for Steffi and her family, but the situation becomes more complicated when Sheila and Hope learn of this news. A more sinister plot is hatched, with both deciding that the baby should not exist. This opens up a fierce battle, as the baby is not only Steffi's future, but also the hope of the Forrester family. Hope, under Sheila's guidance, may take unexpected actions to destroy Steffi's happiness and threaten the child's safety. Thomas, with his instinct to protect his sister, will not sit idly by in this situation. His return brings hope that Steffi can overcome all dangers. But the question is whether Thomas will be able to recognize and stop this plot before it happens. Thomas will face great challenges, as he must protect his sister while dealing with a new and dangerous Hope. What will he do when he discovers that the person he once loved has changed and may even be harming his family? The conflict between Thomas, Hope, Sheila, and Steffi promises to push the story to a climax when evil plans are outlined. Steffi will have to overcome not only Hope's jealousy, but also Sheila's vicious tricks. The question of whether Thomas can save his family and stop these plots in time will be what keeps viewers hooked until the end. Thomas will suddenly discover an extremely dark plot when he accidentally hears a secret conversation between Hope and Sheila at a fancy restaurant in town, during which Sheila does not hesitate to brag about her cruel plan to target Steffi. Thomas is shocked to learn that Sheila deliberately caused a terrible accident by crashing straight into Steffi's car, and even perfectly planned to make the accident look like an accident, completely avoiding any suspicion from the police. Sheila also revealed a horrifying detail that left Thomas almost unable to stand. She planned to use Finn's compassion as a shield to protect herself. According to Sheila, the accident not only seriously injured Steffi, but also put Finn in a difficult situation when he witnessed Sheila also injured and had to be hospitalized. Sheila planned to take advantage of Finn's moment of weakness to gradually gain his trust, making him easy to manipulate and unable to suspect her true intentions. This accident left serious consequences for Steffi. Not only was her life threatened, but the most painful thing was that the child she was carrying in her womb could not survive. Despite the timely intervention and rescue of the medical team, Steffi still lost her child in this cruel situation. This was not only a great emotional shock, but also a heavy blow to the Forrester family, causing them to fall into a state of pain and loss. Thomas, although he knew about the plot in advance, was unable to prevent the accident in time, and was overwhelmed with remorse for not being able to save his sister. However, he was determined not to let this crime be covered up forever. Thomas's decision was to bring the whole truth to light and expose both Sheila and Hope, two people who no one expected to dare to join forces to attack Steffi so cruelly. He realized that exposing this plot would not be easy, especially when Hope was someone he once trusted and loved. The confrontation between Thomas and Sheila and Hope will not only be a fight to find justice for Steffi, but also a major psychological struggle for Thomas, as he must overcome the painful guilt of not being able to protect his sister. Sheila and Hope will have to face the consequences of their actions, but the question is whether Thomas can expose it all without causing more pain to those he loves. This battle promises to be dramatic and a major turning point in the relationships between the characters on The Bold and the Beautiful.